Welcome back to the show. We got a great one lined up. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on X, YouTube, and DigPerspectives.com for exclusive content right now. $3.82 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency. The market's off 1.6%. Bitcoin right now 118,600 plus, Ethereum 3,100 plus, XRP's 297. We're up 1.8 on the 24, and we're up 24.2 on the 7-day. Let's take a look right now at the range of price between 285 and 296. Now, I think you could see that the price is at the top of the range, and I believe the reason for that is because we understand that the vote is going to go down today. More on that in a second. A lot of drama yesterday, but we're going to get that vote today, and I'll tell you exactly why. But before we do, let me go in here and tell you about this. iTrustCapital is a great home for IRAs. The greatest home, in fact. I've been with them going on 6 years. And if you haven't checked them out yet, you need to at itrustcapital.com/XRPArmy. But they have a new account called Premium Custody Account. And I want you to check this out because, you know, we've had recent surge in hack scams across the industry. And I tell you something, the founder himself at iTrust and other executives know what it's like to be hacked and scammed. They've had it happen, whether it's a SIM card, email, phone call, text message. They've had this happen just like you and I have had this happen. So that's how they got to this place where they created this closed loop system where USD and crypto can go in, but only USD can come out. And in order for you to cash out of that crypto to USD to come out of that account, it can only go to your checking account that you set up. That's what a closed loop system is. So if you're somebody who's a long-term holder, doesn't need to do a lot of trading different assets, you just want a safe place to hold, well, guess what? We got it for you right here. Make sure you click the link underneath the video and you won't be sorry. I'll tell you that. Tell them I sent you. James Rule, shout out to him. XRP market cap 174 billion plus is worth more than the following companies he lists here: Verizon, Boeing, Accenture, KATL, Qualcomm, Citigroup, Charles Schwab, Airbus, BlackRock, CM Bank, and S&P Global. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this space is too big to ignore. That's for damn sure. And the world is being tokenized by Ripple. Write it down. You're going to get evidence of that today, too. Trump secures 11 GOP votes for the Genius Act following Oval Office meeting after 196 to 223 defeat. As vote expected tomorrow during Crypto Week at 12:20, we'll see that take place. And let's listen to Representative French Hill tell us he believes they now have enough votes to pass all three crypto bills.
I guess rumblings that maybe the votes weren't there, and then the president met with some individuals yesterday. Are you confident now the votes are there?
I believe that we do have the votes to advance the Senate Genius Act, which will create the first federally regulated, with clear rules, dollar-backed payment stablecoin, which will unleash a new competitive round in how payments are done when they're used in a blockchain application. We also have the House's work on market structure, which we've worked through the House Ag Committee and the House Financial Services Committee. Strong bipartisan support for that bill. And then finally, Whip Tom Emmer of Minnesota. Mr. Emmer has his bill that blocks the federal government from creating a central bank digital currency through the Fed unless it's done with a specific authorization through Congress. So I believe that the House has the votes for those three measures, and the Speaker is working this morning on how they'll be coordinated and presented to the House for consideration.
There you have that right there. 12:20 today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm waiting for it, and I know you are too. Just to go along here for a second, as soon as I heard them say that it failed, the first thing I did was tweet and make a post about how this was not going to change, that this bill is passed, these bills are passing. And a matter of fact, another procedural vote has been scheduled for tomorrow around 12:20. I said, and I had several posts. I said, like I said, the people serving in Congress, their kids use US dollars too. The vote's back on the table. And truthfully, it was never off the table. That's how I got it. So, shout out to Representative French Hill and everybody else, and President Trump for getting everybody back on the same page. I happen to feel like Congress went home and bought the dip last night, but that's just me. Listen to this right here. Here is Donald Trump Jr.
Crypto is going to be the future of finance.
Yeah.
Okay. We were doing everything imaginable in the prior administration to send that to other places. People want to be in America. They want to invest in America. They want that stability. What they needed is some guide rails. They needed a framework in which they could work, even for us in the crypto platforms that we were developing, whether it was American Bitcoin, whether it's World Liberty Financial. We didn't get into that because we knew all that much about crypto. We got into it out of necessity because we were getting debanked. There wasn't a person in this city that I couldn't call and get a loan for a real estate project a few short years ago. Then we became Politica, and all of a sudden you're persona non grata. So crypto's the future. To be able to have the legislation to create those guardrails, to be able to keep that industry, this is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and it should be based here in America. America should get the tax benefits of all of that. They should have the innovation, the growth. That's strategic thinking, and so I'm super excited about that bill because I think it's going to really make sure that America is the home of crypto and blockchain technology for the future.
And all of this underpins the US dollar. Make no mistake about it. That's what's going on here. Just like PayPal expands its PayPal stablecoin to the Arbitrum network. Everybody knows that the stablecoin race is on, right? Citigroup knows it. Citigroup, one of the largest liquidity providers for global cross-border payments. The third largest banking institution in the US is exploring an option to issue its own stablecoin to expand digital payment capabilities. Now, we know Citibank already has a great relationship with Ripple and Swift, and how they're all three collectively working together. And here's Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev, who's going to tell you exactly what's coming. If you're invested in crypto, that's great. But that is like one teeny slice of a giant pie. The rest of the pie is the world economy. And anything that's being traded and moved back and forth across in value right now. Everything, stocks, bonds, other derivatives, everything. That's what we're talking about here, the tokenization of the rest of the world's market products. That's what I'm here for, and all of the projects that can help facilitate that transition.
Crypto is interesting because right now crypto is sort of this like separate segment of the business. We kind of look at it and the outside world perceives it as a different asset. How big is your crypto business going to be relative to, say, your options business or equities business? It's very much like this is a separate asset that you're trading. But what we're starting to see already is crypto is going to be this layer that is behind everything, right? Everything is going to be powered by crypto to some degree. Give you an example. Right now we have Robinhood Gold has a interest piece where you can earn interest on your cash. Well, as we get stablecoin out, crypto will have that as well. You'll be able to earn interest on your stable coins, and that'll be a significant business. And you might consider that part of crypto, but that's that's something that's akin to a savings account. Prediction markets over time, you see overseas things like Polymarket. That's a prediction markets business, but it's also powered by crypto. And over time, you could see that eating the infrastructure.
You can absolutely see it. That is what we're talking about here. This is an infrastructure play. That's what the XRP Ledger and RippleNet provide. Infrastructure plays to access the advantages of the innovation inside of these markets. That's what we're talking about here, and that's where we're going in short order. California Governor Newsom launches the California Breakthrough Project with tech leaders including Coinbase, yes, Ripple, MoonPay, Instacart, Snapchat, and Dural to advise on government efficiency and collaboration. Oh, it doesn't stop there. And Ripple confirms plans to pursue MiCA license to expand crypto services across European Economic Area by filing for a license in Luxembourg. Don't forget, they also got a license in Ireland to operate throughout the EU with a money transmitter license. And then this just comes in. Ripple custody to secure tokenized real estate title deeds for Dubai Land Department on the XRP ledger. Let's get more information on this, shall we? The facts are Dubai's real estate goes on-chain with Ripple and Control Alt. That's the company. Ripple partners with Control Alt and Dubai Land Department to tokenize real estate title deeds on the XRP ledger. First time a Middle Eastern government tokenizes property on a public blockchain. Control Alt, first VASP, virtual asset service provider licensed by Vera to connect token issuance with secure custody. Fractional ownership now possible. Multiple investors can co-own Dubai properties. Ripple Custody Tech ensures secure, compliant, and scalable storage. Ripple now serves clients across Europe, MENA, APAC, and LATAM. Dubai is leading the future of real estate, more accessible, transparent, and efficient. Dubai plus blockchain, the next era of global property investment. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what Vlad Tenev was even talking about. The tokenization of everything else. Infrastructure plays. Who's providing the necessary infrastructure so this can even happen? And in this instance, it's Ripple and the XRP ledger. And in many instances, the XRP ledger will be able to facilitate the real-world asset tokenization of almost anything. Reese Merrick from Ripple adds to it that he's excited about the announced partnership with Control Alt, which is game-changing partnership. We're talking about tokenizing the deeds and the land from a country. This is amazing what we're talking about here. Control Alt will be utilizing Ripple's top-tier digital asset custody tech to power the Dubai Land Department's real estate tokenization project, secure scalable storage for tokenized title deeds on the XRP ledger. The Dubai Land Department real estate tokenization project is a perfect example of the type of forward-thinking, innovative initiative that is positioning Dubai at the heart of global digital asset industry. And he's absolutely spot on with that. There's no question about it. And this is where I'm going to go back to some news you do know about. Well, first of all, Ondo excited to share that BitGet Global is joining Global Markets Alliance and that BitGet users will be able to access Ondo's 100 plus tokenized stocks, ETFs, and more this summer. Because Ondo partnered with Ripple and they're launching and they are now tokenizing United States government treasury bonds on the XRP ledger. The translation of that is Ondo is tokenizing the United States of America's debt and putting it on the XRP ledger. Is there any more confidence that could be brought or endorsed to a project other than allowing them to tokenize the debt of your country and put it on their ledger? Just gonna leave it there for today. Yeah. Votes at 220. Yeah. Like I said, all those people on Capitol Hill, them and their kids, they like new sneakers. They like nice clothes. Yeah. What do you need for that stuff? Dollars, stable coins, payment rails you could trust, right? Yeah. They're passing it. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. They need dollars too. I'll catch all of you on the next one.